All right, let's talk a little bit, man. What's up? This is Sensei from Ride Fit Nation. I want to talk to you about a product that was sent to me. I make it very clear that this product was not something that I purchased at all. This is something that was sent to me. The company reached out to me, they saw my videos, and I said, you know what? That looked like something that I could actually use. It's from a company called AOCI, and this is what it looks like, AOCI. And it is a system that comes with cameras, and you can connect your phone to it, like Apple CarPlay. You can connect, I believe you can connect your iPhone and your Android. This is what the unit looks like. The problem with this, when I got this, on the Goldwing handlebar doesn't give you a lot of room to add stuff to it. I already have my phone holder, which I need. I have my cup holder, which I need when I'm traveling. And I ordered this reservoir. There's a cap that goes here. And I looked at it and I'm like, but do I really want something to go here? But it can work. And in the wire, I can route the wire down this way. But I also figured that I could put it here and do a little bit of drill work on this and be a little bit creative on that. So I'm gonna try that and I'm gonna try this to see. The wiring, if you have a Goldwing, that's why I'm making this video. I'm trying to get to the point with y'all, but I have to go through it, so you guys will stay patient. If this works well, this will be something that you would want. If it doesn't work well, I will tell you this crap sucks. If I put it here, I'm gonna have it set up where this will be situated like right here, where it's not blocking my view and it's not blocking my screen. Now the wiring, I would have to route the wire where you will still see the wire, which I don't mind. I don't mind seeing the wire. It's waterproof. Then again, I do mind seeing the wire. My OCD might go a little crazy, but I'll figure out a way to make it look as neat as possible. So what comes in the box? This comes in the box with a hook that goes on your handlebar. So maybe you might have a Africa Twin, you might have a Road Glide, you might have a Softail. This can hook into that, but I'm not able to use that. What I'm using is this mount I got from Amazon. So I'm gonna drill this right here in this spot. Why? I don't use this. And let's say that it doesn't work, I can still use something else there. And then the other one is gonna go here. So I'm gonna try to see which one works. Now in the box, let's open this box and I'll show you what comes in the box. Now I haven't read instructions yet, but it looks pretty straightforward. This is a GPS system. This is one of the cameras that you could also screw it in, or you can glue it on. You can put the camera to the front, one into the rear. It comes with 2 cameras. Great for safety, great to keep record of stuff that you're doing. You also have your power switch, and this power switch goes to your battery, or it can connect directly to a fuse panel. In my case, I'm gonna do the fuse panel. This is the remote unit to cycle everything together. And a really cool addition to this product is you get the TPMS reader, that you hook this up directly to your valve on your tire, and this will connect Bluetooth, and it will tell you in real live feedback what your PSIs are on your tire. It comes with an SD card, a micro SD card, and it is 64 gigabytes. That's what that is, okay? And you also have a Type-C outlet, USB-C, that you can attach. All right, so what we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna try a couple of things, see what really works, and if it works out well for me, I'm gonna show you how it's done. I'm gonna give it a real world test, and we're gonna take it from there. So once again, remember, I did not buy the product, but what I like to find in products, I like to find products that is not ridiculously expensive. All right, so they have different brands. We're looking at, trying to find a model that I have, but $199, between $199 to $205. Okay, the one that I have is the C6, and that one is, damn, they got them for $184. You see what I'm saying? So if this unit works well, stay tuned. Let's go. So the first thing I'm gonna do, because I wanna put this piece here, I'm gonna take this little pin out, push it in, and then you just pop it out. Don't lose your pin. And this comes down and out. Come in, take another pin, push that in, take your finger, gently pull it out, don't lose it. Push up and out. I'm taking off the windshield because I want to have access to that area. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you this. To keep this up with the bike off, okay, if I turn my bike on, notice how this goes down. To keep it up, you bring it up and you hold the up button and then you turn the bike off. this will not be in your way. All right, so I'm gonna place this as centered as possible. Now this one goes over the actual button that opens this up. But once I get my little center, like where I feel the center is, and where I have enough place to screw this down, I'm gonna put this in and I'm just gonna go for it. Now, if the self-tap screw doesn't work well, then I go and get something with nuts. But right now, this is a placeholder for me. And if I'm satisfied with it, I'll keep it. There we go. And this ain't coming up at all. The back of this is a magnet that holds this together. This just goes in and it snaps into place. Loosen this up. I want it to be able to grab that little ball, and I'm gonna lock it back in place. How I want it to go, I want it to go like that. The problem is this wire runs down. So I'm gonna route this. I'm gonna try to find the best way to route this wire, and of course you're gonna see the wire shape and all that stuff, but it's okay. So the way I think I wanna do this is I'm gonna run it, get a neat casing that goes over this, and then run it. I think I have some room to run it behind this windshield, which I do. And I'm gonna run this down to the side and then continue that pathway. All right, the next thing we're gonna do on both sides, you have to open up your saddlebag, and this, you have to pop this out, okay? Be careful not to break it. Okay, we're gonna do that on both sides. Next thing, you're gonna take a 6mm hex head, and we're gonna remove the seat. Just grab my little magnet, get that bolt out. Let's get the seat up and out of here. Now the tricky part is figuring out where the heck I wanna run this wire. And I'm gonna get under here, and I'm gonna start by removing the mirror. And once I get that done, I want to see what's behind this mirror, because that might give me a nice route for me to follow, a trail to get the wires in. That's just one screw in the bottom, 5mm. And then there are, I believe these are 8mm right here. And there's a pin to take off if I want to get this to release. Now you don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing, but I'm just giving you guys, this is all a guess game for me at this moment. This is my guess game, my errors, my ways, and showing you as we're going that if you decide to do it, you got an idea on what I did to get it done. So when this goes in, there's a clip right here. It's kind of tricky to see it, okay? But you pick this up, you pull this up, and this is supposed to pull right out. I'm not pulling the wire, I'm pulling the actual piece, and it releases. All right, I'm gonna take this to the clip, to the push pin. Remember, we just pull it up. Get it out the way. That's going to give me the opportunity just to get a little bit of opening right there. And then there's a screw, a 5-hex bolt on the top right here. And I'm going to loosen that up. And that's going to give me some more room to simply find a route for me to trail that wire down towards where the battery is at. This battery piece right here, I need to get this routed from over where it's going to be at up here, and see if there's a pathway for me to run this up through here. So what I'm gonna do to avoid all the unnecessary headaches, I just go through the first headache and I just take off this whole panel. There's a lot of pins in the front, and we're gonna just remove all of those pins. So I'm just gonna push these pins in. Just use your light and you'll see it, you're gonna see. And there's also a hex head back here too. I'm just taking these out. I know you can't really see it. You can't see what I'm doing, but you should be able to see get an idea from the eye around the same area where I'm at. Trust me, the light comes in handy. Taking that out. All right, so just popping this off. I'm doing a gentle pull just in case I missed anything. I'm just doing like a pulling, like I said, just gently. In the middle, there's a hard one, a really hard one. So you just gotta be mindful of that. I see a pathway that looks like it can work. So now let's try to run that pathway. I'm gonna run this through here. All right, so I got it. All right, so I got that pathway. So I'm taking the power line and I'm gonna take some tape and I'm going to wrap this tape around this and I'm gonna pull this through that opening. So now I'm gonna guide this through and hopefully there's nothing hooking on it. But I'm gonna pull this all the way up to the front. I shouldn't have a problem with it at all. All right, so this GPS connector, I'm gonna put the GPS back here someplace, right? Let me just take off this main fuse out of here. I like to remove these main fuses. That's the ignition fuse. I'm still gonna take that off. And I should be taking, I should just disconnect the battery, but it's okay. I'm just gonna keep pushing. So the top one is your positive, the bottom one is your negative. All right. Lock that in. That's good. Guys, you know I'm always trying stuff, man. Always trying things. Nah, Sensei, stick to your freaking day job, dog. Don't be singing on this damn channel, bro. When the night has come. Come on, sing with me, yo. And the land is dark. When the moon is the only light you see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't. There we go. Bam. What I'll do is I'll put this back on and hopefully I could close it because like I said, this doesn't give you a lot of room. Let's see, can I close this back? All right, so I took my Dremel tool and I just shaped this out right here. Okay, I think anytime you're working on a bike, you're doing any type of little custom work, buy yourself a Dremel set, okay? So now I should be able to fit this in pretty easy. Look at that. No problem, little curve, nothing major, but it gives me enough room to get access to this. So now, let me put this cover on, and we're gonna figure out which side is gonna power this up, because we wanna make sure we get some power before we go any further. All right, so one of these plugs, it says control and power. The other one says front camera and rear camera. From the looks of it, it looks like they're both the same, but you know what? It's not the same. If we look inside of here, there are more plugs in this one. So that means that this one should be able to tell me which one is the power. All right, this one is the power. The one that has the most, okay? So I'm gonna put that in, push that in properly, and we're gonna lock this. And so now that we know that that's the power, I don't know how I'm gonna run this wire yet, but I'm just gonna do a dry fit. And then we have this one, which is the cameras. And this goes in one way, push it in, you wanna feel it, push in, and then we're gonna screw this down. So the power line, we're gonna connect the power line, and then we're gonna connect the remote. So it's marked power. On this part, it's marked power. I'm gonna connect it to where it says power. So I'm gonna look to see the marker, push that in, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And screw this down. And then the remote, this is the remote right here. The remote is gonna be a little tricky because I have to find where on the handlebar I wanna put it. All right. All right, let's turn this ignition on. I'll put the fuses back in. And that should power up. There you go, it powered up. Okay, it says Android Smart Screen. Now this is also used for your iPhone as well, okay? So now its device is starting. Wow, that's a nice looking display unit. That display unit looks amazing. Now I don't understand the system fully yet. It has phone link. It has, now I'm wondering if I could hook my phone up right now. Apple CarPlay setup, turn on the Bluetooth on your iPhone. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get my iPhone and we're gonna work this together real quick. All right, so let's go through it together. I'm gonna go to my settings. It says turn on Bluetooth on your iPhone, select device. Guys, if this works, this is gonna be a game changer, baby. Game changer. Let's look for that device, Moto 5. And I'm connecting the Moto 5. It says this needs only to be done once and connection will be automatic in the future. I'm gonna click pair, allow full contacts, pair and request. It says pair and request here. So let's see what it does as it begins to connect. All right, so let's go to Apple CarPlay. It's connecting. It says connect to CarPlay, your contacts. All right, I'm clicking connect on my phone. It says connected on the screen. Oh snap, it connected. Oh snap, look at this. I got my Waze, I got my phone contact, I have messages. Look at this, I can check. Ooh! Guys, game changer. All right, let's finish the rest. And the way I have it connected, when I turn it off, everything turns off, so no batteries being sapped. We're gonna go to the front camera. I'm gonna run mine here underneath this, like this. I'm gonna clean this. I'm gonna put some spray, and I'm just gonna clean the surface to get rid of all the extra grime. And this comes with an adhesive connection and some screws. So I'm peeling this off. And I'm gonna line it up. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm gonna line it up with the hole and then go like that. I'm gonna kind of scrape the glue to get some heat buildup. And I'm pressing on it to activate it a lot more. Just make sure that your surface is clean, all right? Damn, that chemical is strong today. It never bothered me much, but today, that spray got me. That spray got me, man. Oh, damn. This thing is trying to kill me. We're gonna peel off this tip and take your time and place it where you want it to go. So this is camera in the front. It's marked front and rear. So keep that in mind. This is good. This is awesome because I do not use that Apple CarPlay crap on this bike or any other bike. So for me to be able to just connect wirelessly and have my camera systems, that's a plus. I want to put it like as center as I can possibly get it. Right there. That's where I'm going to put it. So I'm going to run the wire. I'm trying to give you guys the best angle, but it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? But I'm going to run the wire. It's a little opening back there. And remember, I'm reusing the same piece of tape. You can't see from where I'm at right now, but you're gonna see where the wire is gonna come through. And I think that's gonna be a really good spot. And I'll get some anchor points to keep this wire down. See, I believe if there's a will, there's a way, right? So I'm using my screwdriver and I'm using my hand from the other angle to pry this out to get this through this little tight opening. And I almost got it. I almost got that bad boy. What I need to do is make sure I got this to the opening. There we go. Now we got it. So I can reach through and I grab this. All right, my hand is in an awkward ass position. Oh, my hand almost got stuck. Yo, game changer, fellas. I'm putting y'all on this Goldwing stuff, baby. You know what I'm saying? This is finding new things that's gonna help us to be better. All right, so we have this wire ran. Now this wire is the front camera. So this is gonna connect to here. That's the front camera. We're doing pretty good so far. Now, like I said, the tricky part now is gonna be the finalization, but right now I'm just doing all the rugged work. So let's go to the rear camera. If I run it like right here, then I could drill a little hole and just run this wire all the way through. I wanna get this up because I don't remember if there's a opening for me to be able to see inside of this. All right, so we got this surface cleaned, right? I'm gonna just do a little wipe over. And we have this glue that we're gonna rub up like we did the first time in the front. It's gonna be like right here on the center. That way my camera can be situated, angled where I want it to angle. All right, let's see where we wanna drill this at. Like right here in the spot. I wanna keep it as discreet as possible. That's all I need. Yep, perfect. All right, let's see if my hands can get this cable with no problem, baby. All right, that's done. And that looks super clean. And it's in an area where water doesn't get to. I'm pushing and pulling. I'm feeding it through. Here we go. All right, that part is done. So what I'm doing now is getting some of these wires organized, right? I don't have any more of these little wire tabs, which I wish I had, but I'm wondering if I'm smart, which I'm not, but sometimes I am. I'm gonna grab something and I'm gonna organize some of these wires with the tab that's right here and then zip tie the rest of it. Let's go. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna snip this zip tie right here. All right, get the zip ties snipped. And I'm gonna run another zip tie through it. And just to get a little organization, I have to get a pack of these things. That looks good. It's already looking better. Here we go. Get ready for adventure. Oh, God. All right, so I got this zip tied. You see how much more neater this looks now? It's neater, and the wires is not in any area where they're going to get pinched. I found a little opening that runs right through here, right? And I'm going to run the cable down and under this little opening through here. Oh, hold on. Because I just need this to push through here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need is to get it through. And I know I can with a little bit of work. Hang tight. Bada bing, bada boom. Got it through. That's what I needed. Perfect. I've been in the garage, I think, for about 2 hours now, estimated, because it's a lot of work. I'm not going to make it sound like this is a 1, 2, 3 job. It's not. That's what I'm talking about. See? So now I can deal with the handlebar situation, and this is now on the money. I don't pull this really tight. I just have it enough to where I have slack on the top and the rear. So when I have to play with the top cables where I'm going to run that, I'm going to be solid. I don't have to worry about not having any pull. Let's get in the front and line this bad boy. Make sure I'm not snagging anything. I just do these little taps. All right, let's start putting these back together. There's a screw right here in the front that I have to line up. And then these pins. So the way these pins work, if you don't know, these pins, like this right here, you have to push it up. You push it up. Opposite of how you took it out. So that's one pin. You won't be able to see it because the camera won't get under here. But you understand what I'm saying, right? There we go. Now I'm going to use my hand tool to tighten it up the rest of the way. All right, this one is a little tricky. My man Joe from Southern Honda Power Sports, he showed me a little trick to this thing where you snip, is a piece that he snipped off, and he said no matter what, every time you try to put it in, you're gonna get it in. But guess what? I forgot the trick. I forgot the trick, Joe. All right, so I'm gonna have to just work my way in and just hope for the very best. It's this little tab here. But if I pull this up a little bit and push it in, it goes in with no problem. All right, and we have 2 bolts that we took out for that. Those are all 5mm heads, all right? There's no way I would have been able to do this work without taking up the side. This little drill doesn't hold a lot of power, so you can use it. It won't strip anything, but I just use my actual hands and then do a little extra knob, extra turn. And just make sure that I hooked it back up correctly. That looks good. My indicator. Perfect. Always check your wiring before you do any, start pushing things back in. There you go. See, that locks it in place. A lot of this bike is put together by push pins. When I first saw push pins on the Goldwing, I thought this crap was the most cheapest looking thing ever. But let me tell you, I take it back. The push pins are amazing. Man, this is fun, man. What's wrong with me, man? How the heck somebody love doing stuff like this? Most people would have been bust their head off already. People would have been cursing and going crazy. The install is not hard. It just requires some patience. And I'm still not done because remember, I still have to deal with the TPMS sensor and then get some organizers for the wires that will be seen because I'm not going to drill any holes to run the wires through the top. I'm not doing that. The last thing I need to do on this side is I need to get this on. If you close it, you get it better. All right, that is buttoned up now. That looks perfect. Back to normal. So what I'm doing now, you don't have to do this step. This is just me being extra. You know what I'm saying? Just me doing a little bit more extra work. I never use this thing, right? But I want to screw this, bolt this down. I already put 2 self-tapping screws up here, and I'm gonna put 2 more. I want this thing to be completely steady. Like right now, I put 2 in the front. I think all I'm gonna need now is just 1 more in the middle, and then I'm gonna be golden. Just 1 more in the center. And once again, remember, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this just for me. There you go, that's it. So now when I do this, that doesn't move, because I don't use this. I don't know if you guys use it. Let me know in the comment section if you actually use it. I don't. I know some guys have the windshields that has the little opening that you actually get the air let through, but I don't use it. All right, the part that we're gonna install next is the TPMS sensor. And it looks like this. It's Bluetooth connected. I have 38.7 PSIs in the rear. I normally run 41, so I might go back and just make sure that PSI is correct. You also have some settings right here where it's touchscreen. You kind of test the vehicle you want. So I have, in my case, I have a 2-wheel vehicle. If you have like a Can-Am, you know, the 2 wheels in the front and the rear. If you got the trike, or if you have a 4-wheel, you click it. Now, to bind the device, I already binded the rear. I have to bind the front now. So you want to click this and click it, wait for about 10 seconds, and then screw on that valve. You want to put this on first, right? You know, right in your screw valve. Forget the dirty nails. Look at this. That's what I want you to look at. All right. So I'm going to screw this on. I already took out the valve cover already. I don't need to bring the camera down here. I just want you to be able to see what's going to happen when I bind it, and we'll see if it's going to activate right away. So I'm going to click bind. It says please bind sensor 1 by 1. Do you want to bind the device? I click yes. I'm going to wait for like about 10 seconds or so, and then I'm going to start to install this, and I'm going to see if it's going to read it. I'm putting it on like a regular valve cover to see if it reads. It read it. All right, so I have 40.9 PSIs to the front. See, it just adjusted. So I found a spot, the only spot that I could possibly put this thing on this handlebar, and it's still a little tricky. Put a shirt. If you have the Goldwing, put a shirt, because you will lose that screw. Ask me how the hell I know. This is a 2.5 mil little screw that comes with it. And yeah, man, so let's see what we get. If I can manipulate this in the area where I want to manipulate it. Is it where I really want it to be? No. See, that's still not going to work, because it's still going to hit the handlebar when I make a turn. So I need to bring it a little bit higher up in this bar, which is going to be tricky. All right, so here's what I did. My battery's about to die in this light. Let me see if I can get some kind of illumination. You guys can't really see it. You know what? Yes, you can. Let me just heighten my light a bit. So I ran the wire here through the opening on the switch, ran it through my cover, zip tied it to a line that's already there, and matched the length and the shape, and then now I'm perfect. So when I turn this cable, when I turn the handlebar, I have no pulling, no nothing. It's perfect. The only thing that I'll tell you that I do not like about this unit so far, and I'm gonna show it to you, is the buttons. I don't like the fact that they made the buttons so damn bright. This bright blue. Hey, look at me, press me. That's the button. Now there's a unit that I saw that came with the black buttons. So I'm gonna call a company, well, not call them, I don't have their numbers, and I wanna find out if they have a button that is black. But other than that, it's not a deal breaker for me. Man, oh man, oh man, this thing is a game changer for real. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So all right, so let's finalize where I wanna run this wire. Where do I wanna put this GPS? And I think I found a good spot to put it. It's a little discreet. It's not crazy. I just gotta figure out the wire organization. And I'm gonna put it right here. After this, the only thing I'm gonna do next is the GPS, the SD card. All right, so we're gonna plug that, put that right here. Let's get this wire ran behind this into this little loop thing. Make sure it looks nice and clean. Oh, I don't want this to not make this plug back in. That's it. Perfect. Solid. Solid as a rock. Woo, woo, woo. So we're putting the seat on. I got the right side done already. Now I'm doing the left side. I'll show you how to put on the side panel, because it can be a little tricky when you put it on that side panel. It's a lot of work, but it pays off, you know. When you finish installing this unit, if you decide to get this unit, it pays off. I mean, I love it. I love it. Okay, so here we go. You want to get this up here first. Slide it under first, okay? Under the seat. That way you kind of get it lined up. And then when you line it up, you make sure that the tab goes in that little slot. There's a little slot right here, and you snap it in. And there's a hook right here too. It pops into that place, and that's it. So on the bottom of this, there were 3 little screws under the panel, and I took that off. And all I'm doing now is I'm installing the SD card. This is a 64 gigabyte. I believe you can go up to only 128. And they said I should be at I believe a class 10. I wish they made this a faster way to get it off rather than a screw. It should have been just a plug, like a simple cover, right? But I guess they keep it safe. There's a USB-C port right here. So in the wiring, I'm gonna figure out the best cover for my wires, but special announcement, we will not, I repeat, we will not be keeping the wires looking like that. No way, no way. One of my OGs says, bro, you need to just run the wire, make it a clean look, and he was 100% right. And as a matter of fact, I took the video down and I'm redoing the whole thing. We're gonna run that wire and we're gonna make it better, because y'all know I wouldn't have been able to live with the wire looking like that. No way. Let's get to work. Yeah, man, I'm not playing. I'm gonna take off this whole front so I can get my line of sight. And I'm gonna run this thing way better than what I did before. I never even took this part off here, and I'm gonna start screwing things. Because you know what? That's just more opportunities, right? To learn more about Jackal. That's it. If I can get this whole front piece up, which I'm pretty sure I will be able to, I'm going to be happier. I'm going to take off this little piece here, because there's some screws behind here as well. I'm going to take this off, get that out of here. This video is going to be a little longer, but it's okay. It's all right. You want to learn new things? Let's just get after it, baby. No fear whatsoever. This is what we do. There we go. That bad boy was in tight. So if y'all still with me, I appreciate it, baby. My OCD cannot accept leaving the wires out like that. We're gonna reroute. We're gonna reroute this whole setup. Oh yeah. The more I learn this bike, the more I love this bike. All right, here we go. Got a snap. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's one of the problems, right? So right now, you heard me talk about the Dremel. Get a Dremel, okay? The monitor, I cannot get the end, one end through this opening for me to finish drilling this hole to run this the rest of the way down. So let me just put this in a placeholder. I want to run this wire down through here, but it's not going to do that. Let me see if that gave me enough to just at least to see if I could manipulate it in without cutting off too much. All right, that's one. All right, that's two. And this one is easy. That one is simple. Okay, so we got that piece, right? So what I want to do next is I'm going to line this up and I'm going to drill a hole straight down the middle. It should be fine. All right, so I finished drilling the living daylights out of this damn thing. So now I'm going to take my time and get this thing put back on, and then keep it moving. Beautiful. Got that snapped in. Let's see what we got on this side. There we go. Got that snapped in. So I'm gonna put the screw back down, those screws, to keep this back in its place, to keep this lock back in its spot. Get that in there. And then we get 2 more screws, and we're gonna keep it going, baby. Like I said, a lot more work, but worth it. Trust me when I tell you that. You can't curse where you want curse and bill where you want bill and shout out nice and loud. But guess what? Now I feel proud. Now I feel much better with the wire. I was avoiding doing all the extra work, but I figured might as well do it now because I know I'm gonna end up doing it anyway. When you have a motorcycle, man, don't be afraid of taking that thing apart. You could only break it 1 time. You can't break it twice. All right, got that on. Let's get this piece back up. There are 2 grommet lock points. Pop that in, bam, perfect. All right, there we go. Much better, much cleaner, major plus. I had to pull off the whole front, but I got this cleaned way, way, way better. All right, there you go. The install is done. This thing really is a game changer. Let me cut this light down a little bit. It's a game changer. It says Android system, but it uses the iPhone. I have an iPhone and it connects right to the iPhone. A lot of work, but not hard. It's just a lot of processes from the cameras to the SD card to the GPS to running the wires, all of that stuff, okay? I found the best route that works for me, right where I want it. It's not blocking my image, my visual when I'm riding. When I'm sitting down, I gave it a test, and I could even bring it down a little lower if I choose to. The adjustment is right where I need it to be. Look, it already connected to my phone already. I didn't have to do anything extra. Once you connect it the first time, it's 1, 2, 3. This thing has all types of connections. This thing is, I mean, when I tell you it has everything, I have the control set up. You got the camera. The camera can go, I could swipe left. It's gonna go to the front of the bike. I'll go back here. It goes to the back of the bike. I'm looking at my rear. I'm looking at the front. I swipe again. It even can show you miles per hour. I'm at 0 miles per hour. It shows you how fast you're actually riding. I come out of it and exit this, go back to home. Then you have audio out. You have CarLink. My PSIs, I want to see my PSIs. It's going to tell me I got 41 in the front. I have 38.9 in the rear. I go back to home. Now this has I could swipe and it's going to give me all the apps on my phone. And also this is Spotify, Google Store, YouTube. This is actually on this system. This is not even on my phone. Okay. If I swipe, it's going to take me to that. GPS Test Plus. I don't know what that is, but that's pretty cool. Anything on this system is cool to me. I'm going to study it, check it out. This got native player, files, phone link, Google Store. It has the maps. If I go to maps, it opens me up on maps, and that's not on my phone. Just for the record, that's not my phone. And I can go to look for spots. I'm offline, so I would have to connect it to my Wi-Fi. But once I connect to my Wi-Fi, then it's all good. You feel me? So guys, game changer. If you've been struggling with Apple CarPlay, Android Play on your bike, I never use it on my phone because I mean on this bike because I don't like the technology and having to use all these weird setups and all that stuff. That's just not me. So I was using my phone. I was using my phone just like this, and it worked perfectly fine. When I want to get the screen turned, I just tilt it to the side. This is the Gold Strike Cybercharger. But the problem with this is when I'm riding in the heat, the phone overcharges. It overheats, should I say. And when it overheats, you know what happens? The phone stops working, which means my navigation stops working. I tried using the navigation on the bike. Every motorcycle that I've known so far, the navigation sucks. Now that I have this system situated, this system is dope. Now let me go to Wi-Fi and see if it says Wi-Fi is open, CarPlay Auto will be disabled. Okay, I don't want that disabled, so let's leave that alone. You got a hotspot. See, this gives me everything that I need. And having the screen right there in front of me, game changer, baby. So give it a shot, guys. I'm gonna put a link. I don't have a code as yet. Maybe the company might give me a code. but it's not even that expensive at all. You know what I mean? So this is Sensei. Thanks for hanging out with me for this video. It's a lot of work, a lot of detail, but worth every single second. All right? I'm out. That's how you get it done in the Goldwing. Woo! I'm happy. Later.